This is A Who All Gonna Be Their podcast, a place where you get to be an exclusive member of our very entertaining group chat.
What's up? What's up? We back with another episode of A Who All Gonna Be Their podcast, the place where you get to be an exclusive member of our very entertaining group chat. And in the building, we got Tracy J and our brother Eli. What's going on, y'all?
What's up?
I'm half asleep.
I'm happy to be here, but I'm also sad to be here.
Listen, we're all wearing black for the viewers and our listeners that can't see us. We're in our black today because we had to mourn the loss of a queen.
Man, I dyed my hair black for this. I dyed my beard black.
I dyed the little one white chinny chin hair black as well.
And I'm just black, y'all.
Black. Glad to be black. So glad I'm black. Good to be black.
Rooting for everybody black.
We are, and they're all gone. Well, they're not all gone. Almost. But this episode, this recap for BBCAN is a sad one. It starts off very sad because we lost the queen. Haven't been this sad since we lost Queen Ramonda in Wakanda Forever.
I was like, who? So we like, who? Yeah, back.
Oh man,
we
I was
lost.
not expecting that poll.
Spoiler alert.
Queen. Okay, if they ain't seen Wakanda Forever by this time, it's almost a year. This movie been out for a whole year now. But yes, Queen Kuzie did not survive the first half of the double eviction.
No,
unfortunately.
But we gonna
get there. There we go.
Let's get into it.
Start us off, Tree. Start us off.
Okay, y'all. So, if y'all caught up with our last pod, we talked about a little bit what happened. Pretty much, our episode that happened on Tuesday, we pretty much covered. But I'm gonna catch y'all up. We know that Renee won the HOH. It was a questions memory. Renee's memory is it's too good.
Hey,
y'all need to get out. But we gonna get that out. That's like in my notes at the very end. Like, we need to get Renee out now.
He's a lawyer. Y'all gotta remember, or law school.
Exactly. All they do is study. You know what I'm saying? They gotta remember so much stuff. Lawyers do. But anyways, so basically what happened in the episode, Renee was upstairs and Kuzie goes up to talk to her about nominations. Anika, Daniel, and the rest of the GPs were downstairs, apparently bothered, because apparently a thing that they do is on Thursdays they kind of wait, and or Fridays, whenever, I don't know, shoot, we don't know what day we really looking at because we ain't got no feeds,
right,
who knows, but whenever, I guess when the HOH first gets to their room, they don't necessarily go and approach them about nominations, because apparently somewhere in the rule book, somebody put a pause in the game that Kuzie decided to not disregard that rule. Because who knew that there was a rule, right? Anyway, so they downstairs bothered. Huh?
There's no official rule.
Exactly. The people downstairs thinking it's a rule.
I know. Start looking through the rule book,
because that's what I'm
saying.
OTT
would have pulled out the books. And where did they say that you had to wait? Look me flip through the pages.
I'm saving my life immediately.
Immediately, because let's be real, she knew she was in danger. I'm in danger, girl.
You in danger?
She knew. So she went up there. Renee opened up her mouth and was talking about, "Oh, Kuzie, you're great. You're the best. You are not touching that block. You deserve to be here," and blah 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 blah. Right?
womp.
It goes down to she's having a conversation with the GPs, like who she's gonna put up. She's very persistent, I will say, and they do mention Kuzie's name. She's like, "No, I'm not putting Kuzie up." So it's between Daniel and Anika, because Ty is for sure going up. We already knew Ty was going up.
Right.
He publicly
going up from the rest of the game.
Listen, the rest of the game. He might even go up on his own HOH. I don't know. We're gonna see.
And he's still gonna win the veto.
Listen, and still gonna clutch it from the couch. So they're gonna go back and forth or whatever, and that's when Shanaya, little raggedy self. Well, if we put Kuzie up and Tywin's veto, it's almost like the plan breaks out for us. Girl, bye. Who are you?
Go win your own HOH.
Listen, bye. So, anyways, so then of course noms end up happening, and the initial noms end up being Ty and Anika, and then that leads us into our veto episode, which Eric.
This veto episode, I was anticipating it because I don't want to say I was upset getting ready to watch it because, you know, obviously we had the dailies and like we were like upset at Kuzie for a little bit because we thought that she messed up the comp because the way the comp was set up, like there were temptations in the comp. And so over the dailies, it was said that Kuzie took some money and that she would have won had she not took the money. And so we were like, Kuzie, what were you thinking? You could have saved Ty. Like, why would you go for some temptations?
I thought this was a summer situation.
We thought it was a summer. We love you, girl. We love you. But, you know, we talked about this when you came last time.
We will forever talk about it. Shout out to Summer that we love you, girl.
Because she could have won that HOH, but she took a slot pass.
Would have.
So we were like,
not could have, would have.
Would have won. And so we were like, Kuzie, we are in the end game. We needed you to pull Ty off the block so y'all both could be safe and we could turn this game around. But that is not how it happened. Actually, that it is not. Kuzie was on our same track. She was like, at this point in the game, it's time to go to war. If I win this veto, I'm going to pull Ty off. She said, if this is the move that sends me home, so be it. I'm ready for war. I'm ready
to make a play.
I'm ready.
She talks with so much emphasis. I love it.
I love it. And she was like, I will stand on this. I don't care. Like I said, I fear no one. And I'm ready to make this power move. And so I'm like, okay, this is a little different than what, you know, we kind of hearing the rumors and stuff. And so she's hyping herself up. She's talking and she told Ty, she was like, Ty, me and you to the end. He's like, yes, Kuzie, like, let's do it. Us too. But then she's talking to Daniel. She was like, Daniel, I don't know. I feel like us three, we need Ty moving forward. Like, we're going to need him. And she's trying to talk to him. But she also got in her head, well, she knows that Anika is after her. And Anika's want her gone because before Hope left, you know, Kuzie doing her Kuzie thing. She's like, is there any information I need to know, like, about anybody? And first of all, now she asking him this, and she on the block with him like she can't go home.
I know she know he's going home.
Hey,
you're like, just tell me your information. We know you gone.
That's honestly kind of wild because like, how you know you staying? But he's like, oh, Anika, she Daniel is her final two. She told me, and so Kuzie's a little hurt by it. And the hurt lasts for all of 2.5 seconds because then she gets pissed. And she's like, how dare you think that you could sit here and treat me like this? She's like, so from here on out, you are my enemy and I am coming for you. I will get like,
you are my enemy.
Exactly, just like that. And so Anika is done to her practically. And so we get to the veto competition and it's set up in like 4 or 5 different rooms. They go in one at a time. And the goal is to find these puzzle pieces and then make a puzzle at the end. But there's temptation. So the first room, you can find these items of clothing that match the prices and you get a free outfit. So they doing that. And then the second room, you do a slide puzzle and you get a letter from home. The third room is where you get the
puppies.
The puppies. There are a bunch of
them puppies.
The
puppies. I
would have Issa raid them things.
No, hold up, y'all. Hold up. Because I would have sat in that cage. I don't care.
Eli would still be in the cage.
There. Like I think I saw a little bit of dog pee just in there. And I'm like,
it was a lot of dog pee.
But my time, it would have been worse than Shanaya's. I would have spent 30 minutes just with the puppies.
They would have said,
Eli would have folded for the puppies.
They would have said, Eli, come on out. Come on out.
Man, screw the letter from home. Screw the clothes. I just want the puppy. I'm not even hugging my moms or no one.
You didn't even make it to your moms.
Didn't even make it to your moms. And they
like,
didn't even know it.
She went home, bro.
She's like, Eli, did he not know how to do the comp because he didn't make it through the?
I got lost.
So there are these like golden retriever puppies, and then the next room, which was a surprise. I had never seen this done before. Maybe they've done it other seasons, but they have a loved one in person, and
Yeah,
that
was
just
really dope.
knocks a lot of people off, because they're like, "Oh my gosh, my mom, my cousin, my brother, my whoever." So Shanaya's first, right? I'm like, I don't care. So everybody gets picked to play the veto, but Claudia. And so Shanaya goes
and Renee.
Oh well, yeah,
she's
we know
HOH.
Renee.
She's
Yes,
HOH.
that's yeah, we know.
Oh yeah.
So Shanaya goes first. She started putting the outfit together, got the little ugly outfit. Then she moves on. She was like, "Oh," her grandma gave her like, "Oh, sorry, grandma, I can't do this." So she moves past it. The puppy's like, "Oh, puppy." And then she moves on. Oh, there was another. After the puppies, there was a room with a suitcase
money
for $1,000. In there too. So, but she
who'd you lie for $1,000? Sorry.
That is such a niche joke. Like you had to have been there. I give you $1,000.
Come on, COVID. Shout out to COVID.
Lord,
man,
Boosie
COVID lives were crazy.
Is insane for that. So she skips the puppy. She's like, forget the money.
How fast would I get this $1,000? No, just like
no. Literally though. So she skips that, and then she gets in the room with her mom, and she just breaks down, and she spends over like 2 minutes on the temptations in the total, whatever. So she finishes. She do her little puzzle. She get it wrong at first, and she go back and do it. Boop, don't care.
She really got stuck. We talking about Kuzie, right? She really got stuck.
That was Shanaya.
Oh
Big
yeah, forget Raggedy Shanaya.
Now we get. Did you call her Shanaya?
Oh, Shanaya. I did say Shanaya. Shanaya.
And throw that as another into the pot for another Shanaya.
Yeah, throw it in the pot of names.
True. Next we have Queen Kuzie. Queen Kuzie. She gets in there and she tearing through it. She do stack the little outfits, a couple outfits. She get a puzzle. She on to the next room. There's a letter. She's like, "Oh, bye, mom. I ain't worried about no letter." Boom. She get through the letter. Then she gets to the room with the puppies. She's like, "Oh, hi, puppies. I don't know who you are. Never know you. Don't never seen you. I don't know who you are." Moon. She gets through the puppies. Then she gets to the room.
But guess where she got stuck? In the puppy room, because
she did get stuck in the puppy room
because she didn't greet the puppy.
She would have won if she
got
had
locked in there longer.
That's where she would have won. That puppy room is what got her. She was looking for that little piece for too long.
Yeah, it was probably the one that caught up old boy too. It was probably the one that was in. Was it the one in the container? The piece that was.
No, it was
behind that pink thing.
Behind the
the pink baby bed. I mean, dog bed. Yeah,
got you. So she did take a long time in that room. Then she gets out of there, and then there's a room with $1,000. She's like, "Oh, okay, $1,000. Okay." She started.
Maybe she didn't hesitate. Okay, she went straight to that thing. I would have been too.
She did. She opens one suitcase. There's another suitcase. Another suitcase. There's a purse. Inside the purse, there's a wallet. Inside the wallet, there is another little bag. Inside the little bag, there is $1,000. She gets the $1,000. She gets her pieces. She is out. She spends 42 seconds total on the temptation.
And don't. Oh wait, no, sorry. You're moving 42 seconds just on that temptation.
Just on that temptation. Yeah. And then she gets to the next room, and it is her cousin, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, how are you?" And then she's like, "I can't talk to you." And the cousin like, "Girl, don't worry about me."
The cousin like, "Hey, girl, get that. Go." I was like,
right.
"Yeah,
like, you can see me later." So you can see me later when you win the thing. Get it. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about me.
Never been Steve. Hurry up, treat. Go.
Right. I was like, that's how you know. Like, don't worry about me. You go get them pieces so you can win this veto. So she gets out. Boom. She gets puzzle. Put it in. Locks in her time. She's done. Then they kind of give a split screen type, like going back and forth with Ty and Daniel, which I guess we should have seen.
Ty and Anika.
Ty and Anika. I'm sorry. There we go. Thank you, Eli. Come on. Ty and Anika, and they're going do. They going fast. They going, Ty getting stuck in the one room. He was getting stuck in the first room, wasn't he?
He was. Yeah. One room caught everybody. It was different rooms. It was crazy.
Right. And he got kind of stuck up in there. I really don't remember Anika's. I just couldn't care less about.
Was Anika even on the episode?
Okay. Anika is the most she might be more of a net negative than Shanaya. She had that one fight with Zach and has done absolutely nothing.
Right.
But,
Oh, and she had the little fight with Santina too when she came downstairs. That's when we liked her.
with the waffles.
Yes, that's when we liked her. But so don't really care what Anika did. Then we get down to we get Ty, and he's getting through it. He not worried about no puppies, he ain't worried about no money, he ain't worried about no letter. He get in the room with his mom. Hi, mom. Barely hug his mom. Moves along.
He almost stiff armed her to the ground. I swear, he snatched that puzzle piece out of her. I swear, the mom was almost in shambles. I felt bad for the mom. I thought she was about to cry because she's like, "Man, my son don't want to talk to me."
He didn't even, and honestly, it's a testament to his ability to focus, because he was like, "Hi, mom, gotta go." Like he didn't change. A lot of people, they got stuck. That's why
that would have probably lost. That would have lost him the game if he even took 2 seconds. So
yeah, 6 seconds worth that would have lost him the game. Yeah, him and Kuzie, the only ones that didn't stop in their tracks when they saw their loved one. Like they just both immediately kind of tore out and was just whatever. And so he gets through there, he gets his puzzles, finish it, lickety split. Then we get to Daniel, and he's doing it, whatever. He gets through his. I'm just going to speed it up because I don't really want to talk about him doing his either. But then he gets to his mom, and he just... and he just hold on to it. He don't want to let it go. And it's just, mom. And mom cost you the game. Because... cost you the competition. Because when it all boiled down, Shanaya, who has so much to say after the fact, was dead last.
Not even close.
Shanaya.
How she spent 34 minutes? She didn't even do 2 minutes of that was a temptation. Where did the other time go?
Sorry.
She spent some time with her mom, but she ran her mouth so much about everybody doing in the veto. You could have won. While we
last
talking?
place.
Facts.
Next to her, Anika.
Now she Renee.
Also dead last. I don't care if she's second to last. She's still dead last.
Still last. Because they scores wasn't even close to everybody else's.
Hold on, I got a picture of the time. Let me see what times it was.
Oh, I got him. So yeah, Shanaya was 34 minutes. Anika was 27 minutes. And I'll let you know on who was.
That's why I said pitiful. And then Kuzie was 19:35. I remember her score. She was 19 minutes 35 seconds. And so me immediately going back to what everybody was saying.
Let me add it up.
And then let me go to Daniels. He had 18:53, right?
Yep.
18:53. And Ty was
18:49.
49. And so Ty wins, obviously. And we see that Daniel lost by 6 seconds. And that 6 seconds or 4 seconds, excuse me, the 6 seconds he took extra long. He took 10 seconds with his mom or something like that. And those extra 6 seconds cost him the veto. Yeah, he could have won. And so I was like, okay, but this ain't making sense because Kuzie thinks she started telling people or asking, did you take the money? Did you go for the money? Did you go for the money? I went for the money.
Kuzie, why you telling people this?
She should not.
You should not have said that. But then because she was like, I could have won if I hadn't did it. No, you couldn't have.
She couldn't have though.
Because I went back and did the math. Because at first I was like, oh, girl, you probably could have. But then I did the math. She would have just tied with Daniel. Without her doing the Temptations, with her score alone, she would have had the exact same time as Daniel. Because clearly nobody knows how long their Temptations were. So she couldn't be like, oh, I was,
I only spent 40 seconds and not.
She thought it was 60. A minute.
Yeah.
She said a minute. And that's why she thought she lost. But she could have won, beat Ty. Because that would have been not, 1842 to his 1849. But that's not the case because clearly I wish they would have showed them how much time the Temptation was because then she probably would have shut him out.
I'm not gonna lie. I still think Kuzie done messed up. I don't care. She wouldn't have won regardless. Why are you taking $1,000? You could 10 times that money and get you and your ride or die tie to the end.
Yes.
I would have took
$1,000 is a lot. But also, like, man, I can't even buy like.
Y'all wouldn't have took it.
That's food for like a month. No,
I wouldn't. I wouldn't have taken it because I'm here to win. I'm tunnel vision. This game is too important to take. This is not a competition where we got 12 people left in the house and I'm just gonna try to win a trip and some money just because I can because I know I'm safe. You don't even know that you're safe. So
hey, I'm leaving here with something.
That's what she said. I'm leaving here with something. So in the grand scheme of things, I'm glad she got her little money. But it was just for me, that was not the best move. She should have just went, forget it. She should have been completely focused like she was the whole time, because we're in the end game. Like I said, 1, 2, you don't even know if you're safe or not. 3, we need you to make this big move to save Ty to shake this game up.
If she wasn't gonna pull this like big move, maybe yeah. But the fact that you had this plan and you knew that you wanted so and so to happen,
she had to be the one to win. She had to be the one to win for the plan to work.
Exactly. And on top of that, it's like we needed you to need you to stay focused.
Yeah.
Because you didn't know that you were not safe. You know what I'm saying? Like there was no guarantee for you to have safety. This was not like you had a close
friend. Even though Renee did say, but who trusts her? Nobody.
Right.
Because it's only between 2 people, because she's not putting up a girly pop. So it's like, hey, at work or at best, it's a 50-50 chance.
Yes. So yeah, it's cool. You want Ty to win, but sis, you in danger if you don't win. So that should have been extra fire under her belt to be like, I gotta win no matter what. Even if I don't make this move, I need to win for myself to make sure I don't go on the block. And so obviously she did not win, unfortunately, but I am glad that it would not have made a difference, because I know a lot of people were blaming her and calling her names and saying all this stuff. It wouldn't have made a difference. And I'm glad that's the fact of the matter.
And let me just say, I love that idea for a comp. I feel like throwing the temptations in there added so, like, if it was just a hunt for puzzle pieces, which I feel like most comps are.
Yeah.
Like, man, that gets a little dry. You throw the temptations in there. That was good. That literally
changed the game.
Because either Daniel would have won with no temptations, Kuzie might have won with no temptations.
It would have been very, very close.
Yeah. Shanae and Anika, they were lost causes. We don't care.
They were never winning.
Who do y'all think y'all person temptation would be?
My grandpa.
Who would yours be, Eli?
Either one of my parents or my sister.
Yeah, I can see my brother being one too.
Or my dog. Hey, if they put my dog in there, they had him on
there. You go.
I go from the puppies to my dog. Oh my gosh, it's over.
You want your mom, your sister, your brother? Nah, I'm gonna need K9 in this thing.
When I say Eli would get double America's favorite, K9.
I called the man K9. I was close.
Hey,
I mean,
he
is a
K9. He is a K9.
Eli would get double America's favorite, because he would gush over the puppies like everybody else wanted everybody else to do, because they were like, nobody went for the puppies.
He would have had America's favorite locked up right there. And me, I would have been like, oh, little nasty puppy.
Right. And then
there was 8 of them. They were so small. And they were following the people. If they were just like doing their own thing, fine. No, they were following them as they were hunting the puzzle pieces. That was so cute.
Can you imagine that being the tiebreaker question to go into final 2? How many puppies were in the temptation pit? You're like 8. I would have been like, I would have said there were puppies.
I legit was about to say 5.
I would have like 5. I would have yelled the answer out loud and told the other person the answer.
Oh,
I would have been too excited.
Okay, new question.
Whose room was it with the puppy? They were taking so long in the room with the puppy. The puppy started going to sleep. They weren't even gonna. One of them, I don't know if it was Daniel or Anika, but one of them, they were so stuck in that room, the puppies just kind of started getting quiet. They started
we tired.
But that's hilarious. Eli would have folded for the puppies.
I would have folded.
But you would have won America's heart. So you'd be leaving a check.
I would have left with more money. No, let me not say that. I was about to disrespect our queen.
Don't
do it. Ain't Canada's favorite like 5K or something like that?
10.
You know what?
10K.
Something light.
More than that 1K. Nah.
Right.
That's true. More than the 1.
That's true. So Ty wins, and it's a bittersweet moment, because like, good for Ty. Like, Veto King, literally, you've shown us that you are going to win these vetoes no matter what. So it's nice for him, but it's like, dang, because we have a good feeling that Kuzie's going on the block. And she gave pitches. She pitched for her life. When I say, I mean, when it came to, she did eventually get on the block and trying to stay off the block, because Renee was trying to decide on what was better. She kept trying to like, well, there's kind of like one and the same. The girly pops were clearly pushing Kuzie. Anika was like, I'll just vote wherever you want to vote. Daniel saying, I'll vote her out if you want me to. And Kuzie's like pitching her. She's like, listen, I am by myself, even though she got tied. I am by myself. And I in between. I love how she don't be saying names, but she always pointing to these beds and stuff. And she's like, there's two over here that they will always have each other. And she's like, no, she said that will always have that over me. And we know she's talking about Daniel and Anika having each other's back. And then she was like, she's mentioned the girly pop. She's like, I don't have anyone. So it doesn't make sense for you to put me up when you have a duo who will have each other's back. And Renee's like, I'm considering it. I'm going back and forth. You know, you had your mom made up. Like, since Ty won the veto, you knew who was going up. And so she gets up there. She's trying to be smart. And so when the veto ceremony comes, she's like, you just can't get to the point. You just have to take a shot that you got to know what is I want to get it right. She said, you don't get these opportunities in these games. Trees. Opportunities like this.
Tree's muted just
you
spouted.
You see how it's muted? That's exactly what she did. That's what she said.
Opportunities like this in the game don't come often, and so you have to strike when you can, basically something like that.
I mean, she was right.
So she was. She was right.
Because you would have lost, all of y'all.
Queen Kuzie, I have to nominate you. And Kuzie gets up. First of all, they all had on black shirts and jeans. I would like to say it was kind of cute, but
and they didn't plan that.
Yes,
as we saw on the daily. Yeah, it just so happened.
Oh,
yeah. And so, but Kuzie gets up. She like, Shanaya, shut up and sit down.
But she said Renee, not
Renee, not Shanaya.
Hey, I wish she would have said that to Shanaya.
Both,
right?
Both. She can't too.
Renee, shut up. Sit down.
And then you want to know what happened after that? She shut up
and
she sat down.
And so,
man, we should name this episode "Shut Up and Sit Down."
Oh, that should have been our name, actually.
Right.
Shut up and sit down. But so that leads us into the eviction episode, and they leave off that. And when I say these girls are in an uproar, that was so rude. Why would she say that? That was uncalled for. And I'm like, because she told you to shut up and sit down. I would have been like, okay, but you sit on the block. What?
Facts.
Listen,
if Renee would have not shut up and clapped back at her, that would have been a classic moment.
Classic. Like,
listen.
If I'm HOH and you telling me shut up, sit down, I'm like, okay, but you sitting on the block. So
she been running her mouth all season and been ready to bite back at. She done gotten to like 2 or 3 little talk backs, but when Kuzie, hush,
on hush mode. Everybody know when Kuzie talking, you should be quiet. So they were all crying, and social media was, Kuzie is this. She's aggressive. She's scary. She's this. She's that. She's rude. She's a horrible person. But when Santina did it a few weeks ago, she was iconic. She was queen. Huh?
They love their ice queen.
They love the ice queen until they what?
Black.
Until they black. It's like it doesn't make sense because it's your racism. It's jumping out. Your racism is jumping out. When like, Marty was doing all that.
How's Janelle your favorite player, but you mad at Kuzie for a small little comment?
Janelle was calling people bitches and all types of stuff. So
all type of stuff I can't even repeat.
Listen,
what happened to the give me that key? Moment. Like everybody, iconic. Oh my god. And it was iconic.
We need it again in New Big Brother. We need someone to do something like that.
Yep.
Like
someone does that, or shoot, not even close to that, but just talk some smack, and it's
give some entertainment. Shoot,
we like some biased. Drama. We like entertainment. That's why I watch the show.
Exactly.
Yeah. But anytime a black woman specifically, black people in general, black women specifically, clap back, speak up, take charge. Like even with LaToya, they was mad when LaToya told Rohan, if anybody's the problem, it is you. To Kyle, it is you. If anybody's going around manipulating, it is you.
Shout out to Toya. Congratulations on your baby.
Yes. Like anytime you show an ounce of self-respect, an ounce of dignity, an ounce of courage and fearlessness, it's a problem. And literally, she didn't cuss at her. She didn't call her out her name. She just told her to shut up and sit down.
I don't see people on the playground say worse things. Exactly.
It's a TV show. And here go Zach quit himself. How dare you get on here to speak on Kuzie? Now I'm glad everybody gets to hear true colors. Why is when somebody mad that's their true colors?
Telling somebody to shut up is your true colors? As a matter of fact, we saw her check you. So
real good, actually.
Sit down.
And shut up.
At home, as a matter of fact.
Which is where I'm so upset that we got these dailies and not feeds, because now these house guests can try to push
Rewrite
whatever narrative they want. Because they can
Yep.
say, y'all
That
weren't
part.
in the house, y'all saw the dailies.
this revisionist history that they love to do every
Exactly.
season, and it's like y'all didn't see everything. But when we have
And
feeds,
now
we
we
may
can
not have
say
saw
we
everything,
didn't.
but we talking about what we did see.
You're right.
But now, like Eli mentioned, we really can't say that, so they can push and rewrite whatever narrative like Zach is doing, and it got these alumni food, and all these alumni coming out the woodworks talking down on Kuzie. Kuzie's behavior is rubbing me the wrong way. Kuzie is scary. Y'all haven't even met her,
Mm-hmm.
and y'all going off 2 little words that she said. Y'all are ridiculous. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves. It's absolutely shameful.
That part.
But y'all are irrelevant, especially the ones that are talking about her. And so we get into the deeper parts. And so Kuzie's like, you know what? I'm not rolling over and dying. She's like, I know. Anika's not a threat, so I know I'm the target. I guess it's a compliment. They want me out, but I'm not giving up.
Mm-hmm.
And she went to work, and she was like, she went to Claudia, and she like, listen, Ty over here, girl, we ain't worried about no Ty. We need to I'm going after Daniel, and I'm going after Nika because they betrayed me, and I'd rather have go after my friends become my enemies, and that's who I'm coming for, not you or the girls. And she goes to Shanaya. She pretty much do the same pitch and just different variations about who she's going for. She's talking about she's going for Renee to her. I didn't really understand why she told her different targets to them, but maybe y'all got that. But then she went to Renee, like they weren't gonna compare notes, but she also went to Renee with pretty much a similar pitch about going after Nika and Daniel, which is what she gave Claudia and Renee, but she gave Shanaya that she would go after Renee before she went after Daniel and Anika, which I didn't understand. But after that, they compared notes, and Claudia was kind of like, I'm inclined to believe her. I'm inclined. And Shanaya was pissed. Are you guys really? Because Renee was like, yeah, she did give us a lot to think about. And I'm considering, are you guys serious? Are you really falling for that? You really are. I can't believe you guys would sit here and fall for that. I just still, for the 3rd week in a row, Kuzie's name is stuck in her mouth.
It's basically in the back of her throat.
Kuzie is on her tongue.
Just sitting there.
Constantly.
Just waiting. Just like there. Vacation.
Yeah. And for free. And so I was like, although again, the edit, you cannot trick me. You cannot trick me. You cannot trick me. I know Kuzie's going home. There's nothing that is going to change my mind. I know she's going home. But it's like the girls were thinking about it. There's, Kuzie, that's social
testament to her game.
Testament that your prime target got you almost reconsidering sending out useless Anika home over you. And so it almost would have worked. Honestly, I just feel like she shouldn't have told Shanaya. She shouldn't have talked to Shanaya. She should have just told Renee.
Yeah.
And
I want Claudia, Renee, and Ty to vote for me. Well, ice out Shanaya. And that probably wouldn't have worked. I think it was over the moment Kuzie touched the block.
Right.
But
yes, absolutely.
I don't know. She gave it a shot.
She did. But it was an honest one. It was.
Eric, put a pause on that because our daily comes in right around here. Boop, boop. So we go into our daily. Yes, these conversations have happened with Kuzie saying this and this and this and that, whatever. So basically it opens up to Kuzie knows she's going home unless some kind of like crazy ditch upper happens. She knows it's a wrap for her. So literally the daily opens up, and when I tell y'all it's like a funeral, everybody in there sad. You going to this room, sad. Going to this room, sad. And shout out to the timeline talking about how evil and mean Kuzie is. It wouldn't affect the house like this if Kuzie was just somebody to kick on out the door. The only person that was sad was Raggedy Shanaya.
Like when Zach was going,
I would have been hitting a whatchamacallit, Tamar.
Listen, won't he do it? So basically Kuzie, you can tell Kuzie is defeated. She's still playing the game though, which I love. But you can tell she's defeated. She's sitting in like the little, I think it's like the little parlor room, whatever they call it, that little seating area. And she's just sitting by herself. Daniel comes up to her and she's like, Kuzie, like, why are you sitting by yourself? You know, I don't want you sitting here by yourself, you know. And Kuzie, in so many words, and I'm about to treat this up. Kuzie basically said, look, bruh, I don't trust you. You played me. I sit by myself if I want to. The only person in this house I can sit next to is Ty. So you can take your little raggedy behind in there with your little GPs and leave me alone. Then you say, oh.
Hush mode.
What was that? Didn't say nothing. Hush mode. All he did was get up and walk out. So after that, he going to the GPs or whatever in the HOH. And they're like, oh, what's going on? What's going on? He's like, nothing.
That
victim
baby
noises. Victim noises. Noises and victims. So he went in there and was talking about, oh no, Kuzie's just upset. She's basically saying like she can't talk to me because, you know, I'm gonna vote her out and da 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 da. So all that happens. So then, of course, Kuzie eventually she goes into the flamingo room. She's having another moment. She's talking, which I love when she cam. So I'm so mad we missed so many cam talks from her. Yeah. But we went into the room. Renee comes in, and basically Kuzie, she's so real, bro. Like she gives us entertainment, but she's still a great person at heart. Like, you know, her motive was to come into the house and give entertainment, you know, make these moves and do all this. She was just like, look, I know what I said to you was rude. I apologize. It was me in the moment. I was upset. She's like, I'm still upset. So don't get it twisted. I'm still pissed at you. But she's like, I could have went about that differently. So I apologize. She's like, I'm still going to root for you in this game. Go ahead, Eric.
Real quick. I wouldn't apologize.
Wouldn't have.
I don't think
Nope.
I legit, and I'm a nice, I would like to consider myself a nice person, and I do consider people's feelings.
I'm nice sometimes.
But I don't think, if I tell you to shut up and say, I meant it. And I just don't think she said anything that warranted an apology.
Mm-hmm. That's an HOH though. You need.
She already on the block and going home. What is?
Listen,
every last hope. I'm clawing.
But
yes,
I can't get her vote.
You're right though. That is true. There's still a game. It's not over till it's over. Truly. So I get it. You're right. Go back to okay.
So basically, her and Renee it was a really cute moment. You know, she apologized to her. Renee was like, "I'm so sorry, I put you in the block. You know, my hands were tied." Da 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 da. Kuzie was like, whatever. But she was
Big
really.
Back was way over there. Just saying.
Oh my God. So Kuzie tells her, she's like, you know, I hope you go far in this game. Blah 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 blah. And then I'm gonna kind of double back a little bit, and then we're gonna get into the rest of the eviction episode with Eric. They gave us a daily today, Friday, y'all. Yeah, listen to this. And they kind of gave us what happened before the episode or whatever. I'm like, man, I don't want to see that. I want to see HOH. What's going on? So they were just being raggedy about it because I was like, hold on, is this wrong? Baby, I was clicking back. I said, now why am I seeing Kuzie on the daily?
Right.
Like, I would love to see Queen Kuzie, but
right.
A trap door.
She's supposed to be at the house. So anyways, Eric is gonna get into it, but you know, a lot of stuff happened in the episode where I'm like, wait, how did this happen? So turns out, which Eric is gonna confirm that in a minute. Claudia and Ty were having a conversation in the flamingo room, and Ty asked Claudia, hey, of course, I hate that double evictions aren't secrets anymore. Of course, they assumed it was a double eviction. And she goes to Ty and she says, what do you, or Ty tells Claudia, what are you going to do if it's a double eviction? And she's like, well, I'm going to put up Anika and Daniel. She said they're like point blank clear. He's like, okay. So, and what if veto is used? Oh. Who you going to put up? Because you were just kissing on him and licking all on his little lips and his little mustache. And I don't know what she was doing, but they were. That's what they was doing.
She back with him?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Look, Ty put it on him, make him want to marry him. Listen, put it on him, make him want to marry him.
So she was just like, oh, well, I guess I'd be forced, you know, my hand or whatever. Because there was a conversation, of course, that we missed. They had like little talks about it because Kuzie, of course, was pitching that if she stayed, then the final four would be Kuzie, Claudia, Ty, and Renee, right? So Ty's like, okay, so if we gonna get to that final four, you do know you're gonna have to put up Shanaya. Like Ty from jump was ready to get Shanaya No, that was his go-to. So, baby, he was ready.
Yes.
And so, okay, let me stop right there. I'll put my comment once Eric finished where we left off.
Okay, so
Go ahead.
So we're the whole Kuzie and Renee, they make up sheet because this was in the eviction episode as well with her apologize. All this.
Daniel and Kuzie in the pool room.
Yes.
Okay.
The fight. Yes.
Yes.
They had. So they show us moments before the eviction and whatnot. There was a fight between Daniel and Kuzie because he goes in there.
Kuzie and he who shall not be named.
And he pretty much was like, so what's going on? She's like, Daniel, just stop it. She's like, you're not the player I thought you were. He's like, and what kind of player is that? She's like, you're spineless. I'm spineless because I'm emotional. She never
Nobody said that. Baby, he kept using that. I said, apparently you have a problem with being emotional. You have because nobody else in the house have. It's you. You.
Right. He's talking about, because I'm emotional. She did not say that. She said you're spineless. She's like, you're a follower. He's like, you just mad because when things don't go your way and you think this is your show, it's all about you. She said, isn't it though? Isn't it about me?
The way I holler, she said, isn't it though?
You know she's getting the returnee. She's going on.
I love her.
Because like Kuzie has to come back and win this game. I don't care. If Kuzie and Byyyeee were to make final two, I honestly don't know who I would pick out of the both. It would be they have to crown them both winners and split the prize because those are.
We need Topaz to vote for someone that's not even in the final two.
To mess it up.
Don't even talk about Topaz.
No, because then it'll cause a tie. So they have to award both of them the winner and give out $200,000.
They definitely not gonna do that. I would just have to click out the episode because I don't know who I give to. All right, I'm gonna turn it off. I'm not voting.
Because they both queens and they both deserve to win. But so they get into it and he was just could not believe that she would say that, but it's all true. You're spineless, you're a follower. And
he playing a good game though. He playing a good game.
He's like, my move, I put the boulders in front of you, and there were some of my moves, and whatever, Daniel. Like she just pretty much rolled her eyes like, you're annoying. I don't care what you gotta say. You're done to me. And so I didn't talk about like Kuzie. What did she pitch before? Like her part of her pitch too. She pitched again. I can't remember.
To who?
What was it? I don't remember. Never mind. So we get to the vote in eviction. If I'm not missing anything, am I? Because I think they go pretty quickly. They went pretty quickly.
Yeah, I went very quick.
And so they go into vote. They get their little speeches. Anika do her little raggedy speech. Don't make her about. Kuzie gets up, gets hers, tell them to do what you do what's best for your game. But she was like, if I stay here, sometimes you need to pay attention because people who are your friends may be your enemies, and those who are your enemies should become your friends. Right. And she basically told Renee and Claudia, go get it. Like, I'm rooting for you pretty much. They kind of, enforce that thing that Ty was kind of talking about, kind of going along with that Final Four that she wanted and envisioned. And so that happens. They go in to vote. Ty is the only vote to keep Kuzie.
Shout out Ty.
Shout out to Ty because he is the only one who has consistently voted for who he wanted to stay, no matter what the house was doing. He's voted the way he's wanted to.
Even when he voted Kuzie
out. I knew that's what he said he was going to do that because he told Hope he did it. But we knew he was still working with Kuzie. So, and
it was like the first time we really saw some emotion from Ty when he voted out Kuzie. I was like, oh, look at him. He looks sad.
And by a vote of 2-1, 3-1, 2-1. Yes. 2-1. It was Claudia, Shanaya. No, it was 3. Y'all right, 3. Because Daniel.
All I care is a one vote for Kuzie.
Right. She didn't go out on a unanimous vote. That's
the only vote that matters is Ty's. Everybody else.
And Kuzie was unfortunately evicted from the Big Brother house. It's over. And I feel so alone. It's over.
Oh,
Why did this happen to me? How in the world did they get Queen Kuzie? Why in the world? I don't know.
Hey, about to get it copyrighted.
Just like
We do not own the rights to that song.
we don't own the
We'd
right.
add that.
Right.
But it's so sad to see her go because we know she has so much game left to be played. She was the only one in the crown that was actually winning competitions when it mattered, or at least getting close to it. And she just brought so much life, and she was the star of the season.
Exactly.
But you know what? Queens leave on week 7. Devon also left All Stars on week 7, and you know she changed the shift. Did the whole BBUS atmosphere with her eviction speech on week 7. And we know Queen Kuzie leaving at 7 on week 7 will also leave impact, just like Summer, who also left at 7. That, you know, their impacts will always be felt and their presence known.
Yeah, Kuzie was such a refreshing player. I mean, we've had, like, I don't know, she was just had so much control, but also was like, hey, I'm not here for purely game. I'm running this game, but I'm gonna let y'all know that I'm running this game, and I'm giving great confessionals. Yeah, Kuzie was so great.
There would be moments, and I'd be like, oh, I wouldn't have said that, but I love that she was unapologetically herself, no matter what. She wasn't afraid to go toe to toe with people, let them know how she felt, and she was good at the game. So, you know, sometimes we got people that know how to talk but can't walk the walk. But she walked the walk, okay? And she won when we needed her to win, even though they had freaking twists that messed stuff up.
Right.
And by no means was she a perfect player. She had flaws and things that could have been worked out. They needed some working out, you know, like the short-sightedness when it came to Santina, and you know, I don't really know why she kept putting
a whole lot of mistakes.
Yeah,
or I'm not gonna say a whole lot that mid game.
Yeah,
but
it got a little messy.
But it really
what's a great player
fault.
without being messy? All the greatest players have messy moments. They really do.
Yeah.
I just don't want to blame her though, because it's like the crown should have won something. It shouldn't have been on her to win the HOH to even be put in that position. You know what I'm saying? Like, Hope, you should have won that on HOH, or Daniel, y'all should have won the HOH. Like somebody else should have won.
She the only one that won HOH on the ground. The only one.
So it's like, if y'all would have just won stuff, we would be in a different position in this game. But neither here nor there. She is gone. We are at the double eviction. Oh, forget Wendy's, because these points, what did they even mean?
Hey, Ty has the most now. Go,
did she
Ty.
give them to him?
Yes. Yep. Actually, I have how many points?
He probably got 20,000 now.
Oh, he got 30,000.
Oh,
let's see. Ty has.
Claudia got like 19.
303.75. He got the most. Claudia has 18,000. Renee is in third with 8,150. Daniel has 8,050. Anika has 7,550.
It's over.
And that's it. So whatever these
They're
little
gonna have a pool party. Ty's gonna get an extra burger at a pool party.
Oh my god! Like, and what's crazy to me with these Wendy points, what blows my mind is whatever this is, the fact that they're doing whatever this twist is so late. I don't like it.
It's not gonna. I feel like it can't be a power.
I don't like having a twist that close to the
end. It can't be at this point, and they didn't tell us. Like, they should have explained to us what it's gonna be.
They should have at least told us by now. I feel like they making it up as they go. Like, let's see what we can use these points for. That's what I feel like is going on.
Okay, one potential thing it could be. What if it's a replacement for America's Favorite? Where it's like, hey, you get the top 4. Points are locked in. Ty's getting America's Favorite, and we just
that sucks because Canada's favorite. Then you don't get to pick. Which I don't like that. Hopefully that's not it.
Just a thought. Just because I'm like, man,
that's a good thought though. Knowing them, they would do something crazy like that.
There should have been a cutoff week. Obviously, before this week, I feel like it should have been
before the double.
Yes, it should have been last week, honestly.
Since
they
and I'm not even saying it because of Kuzie. Yeah, it should have been last week for sure.
And it should have been the ones with the most points. You get the key to go to Wendy's, and inside your Wendy's bag, instead of your food, there was a veto in there. That's what it should have been.
And got Brittany handing it to you. Shout out Brittany from season 3.
Hey,
because I honestly, I think that would have been the best thing for it to have been. Clearly,
That would have been dope. Or they could have did a little dope comp or something. And then no matter if you have the most points, then you get to get ahead of the game. And then they say, "Oh, you won an extra Wendy's meal or whatever." And then in your Wendy's meal, though, you got a golden power of veto.
Yeah,
that's what I would have did.
Yeah, or like just entry, at least a chance to compete for an extra something like prizes, money, extra money, maybe a trip, some luxury, something. If not game wise, or
it's probably like a head start if you make it the final two or something, some kind of BS.
Which is,
I hope it comes to play this HOH.
I do
next
too.
HOH.
Yeah, it should
like a head start.
Yeah, shout out to Tay. But what's interesting, let me tell y'all. They did the interviews today. I rarely watch these post interviews because I'm be current with y'all, gotta say. But shout out to Queen Kuzie because she looked beautiful. And what was interesting to me is the interviewer, I don't know who the interviewer is, but shout out to whoever did it. Asked who they would vote for in the order of who's left in the house. Kuzie, we know. Queen Koo, we already know is gonna vote for Ty. Her order of who she would vote for was Ty, which shocking to me, Claudia, Anika, Daniel, and then Shanaya. Very interesting.
Or Renee.
I mean, Renee was third. Renee was third.
Yeah, Renee was above Daniel, I think.
So it was Ty, Claudia, Anika. No, Ty, Claudia, Anika, Renee, Daniel, and she don't know about Shanaya. Then Shanaya. Right. And then what was very, very interesting to me, they asked Shanaya the same question. Eric.
Guess who, Eric?
Guess who she said she would vote for to win?
Ty?
Yup. I said, now wait a minute.
You're a whole girly pop.
I said, now wait a minute. What is going on? We need feeds. Because what?
Screaming.
But when you think about it, she has been gunning to get Kuzie out from jump. I never really heard her like talk any heat on Ty. So what's crazy to me is Ty really is the one that sent her behind home.
Yeah. So she said it was poetic justice. She like, this was poetic revenge. We'll get to that.
Yeah. So her order was Ty, Daniel C, Renee, Claudia, then Anika last. Ooh, and I'm like, Claudia done got kicked. She done got kicked to the back. To the back of the bus is where she got kicked. So it's looking like, so if I had to guess right now, Ty would have Kuzie, Shanaya, whatever her little raggedy name is. Hope for sure. And I think Santina.
I think the
Dan is team
because Shanaya's gone.
Because Shanaya's boys. Gone. Right. And so he would have Dan, Jonathan, I think.
I don't know. I just know they all respect Kuzie.
They do.
Because they all thought that Kuzie
you said the wrong one in jury.
Wrong one.
And if Kuzie says Kai is playing the best game, they're gonna say Kai is playing the best game.
Yep. And it's exciting. Daniel was really before yesterday at 12:47 p.m. Daniel, it was his game to lose. I think so because he had great relationship with everybody in the house. I think if he would have even clutched one HOH going forward, which he has a good chance to, I think he would have been a shoe-in, but now
he still has a solid chance. I think he still has a pretty solid chance.
Kick to the back.
I'm not trying to be biased. I'm trying to really think about this logically, and we're gonna get into the rest of the double. I'm gonna speed through because there's not much to really talk about. I think him choosing Anika over Kuzie was not smart because Anika can't win nothing. You should have kept Kuzie until final 3 and cut her at final 3 if you was gonna cut her. Yeah, that's what you should have done. Because she would have be like, you know what? I can respect that move. I can respect it because I was the right to win.
That's exactly what she would have said.
Exactly what she would have said. And him coming for her and trying to make her feel bad because she was claiming moves and stuff like that. Keep that in your mind. You know what I'm saying? Right. Keep that for your speech.
Because then if you make it to final 2, you literally say it in your speech. I know Kuzie got a lot of play for this move, but just remember whose name came out of my mouth. When you approach the jury.
Right.
Listen.
You leave all that for later. And I just think he really prematurely took out somebody that he should have kept. And that's, again, not even being biased. It's just me thinking long term in the game. who's a better ally for him moving forward.
Who
And
could
so-
Daniel beat right now?
Anika, maybe.
I think that's it.
Oh, Anika, 1000%.
That's the only one it's looking like.
Now,
I think there's a
Anika is
chance
the
for
only
Renee.
person he can win against.
I think there's a chance against Renee and Claudia. I think those are close to 50-50.
I would have said that if Kuzie wasn't going, because Kuzie is gonna.
She's not gonna let Daniel or Anika win.
She won't. I think she's gonna cap.
Because we'll get to it on
Renee.
the double, but Claudia ain't make a good move. So
Yeah.
The double's so irrelevant. I just done skipped all past it, didn't I?
That's what I say. Okay, so let's get it up so we can talk about these hypotheticals and stuff, because we got some good hypotheticals in what we thinking. So Kuzie's gone. HOH starts. It is a comp. They did it like a little
Queen Betty in the house.
Exactly. They was like, they woke them up screaming in the middle of the night, and they go into the living room, and we have former players. Business B is back.
Business Betty.
And then we got Moose is back. And then
Sarah.
okay,
Sarah.
Sarah, don't know her, but she's great.
Hey,
She's
hey,
won
that's the
something.
thing.
We like Sarah.
Adam Pike, is he? What is he? Is he all right?
We like Adam.
Okay.
Adam was straight.
All Boys Alliance, but
He was in
likable
the
boys.
Okay.
Pretty Boys.
That was they signed
Okay.
every time they voted. The Pretty Boys Alliance.
Oh Lord.
Mhm.
Okay, so Adam was there, so they had to like pay attention to detail, and like whose hand had what knife was in which hand,
All
what
types
did
of
the
stuff.
cup say, type of questions. And so they go in, they just have to remember. And Claudia ended up clutching it, she wins it. And like, okay, before I called it, I said, watch her put up Daniel. This is before, they revealed the feeds and stuff or dailies. I called her putting up Daniel C and Anika. I said, she gonna put them
Did.
up. That's what they gonna get. And what she do? Daniel and Anika. And then look,
And that's before we found that out on the daily.
That's what I'm saying. So here go Daniel just
Yeah, broke his thing. I have never seen the blog, and you saw it tonight. You saw it tonight.
You can't say it in the end. Make up a new speech.
Exactly.
He was set on that too.
He did. He thought he was going to escape that block.
Yeah, you set on this block is what you about to do.
Exactly. Sat on there and stayed there because they go play the veto. And I love the fact that everybody was running to throw it. So the veto, they had to throw these pots down and get these puzzle pieces. They were running. I mean, Daniel especially, he was running for his life to get these pots and throw it. Ty was walking.
Tyrell was taking his time.
He took his time, and he was barely dropping those things. And he just scooped up his little puzzle pieces. Scooped his little puzzle pieces.
Wasn't even trying.
And he put that little puzzle piece together. It was like
miles ahead of everybody.
And
He
said,
finished a puzzle before everyone had all their pieces.
You know that meme where Nene in the porn, she like, boop. That's exactly what he said. Boop.
Like, it was like watching slow. I felt like everybody else was in slow motion because he just did it so effortlessly, and nobody was close to even catching him. He put that little piece together like it was a 2-piece puzzle.
We're at a point where if it's a competition that involves movement, Ty's winning.
Clearly,
if you have to walk, if you have to move, take steps, it's over. If you got to turn, if you got to answer, if it's trivia, it's over for him. But if you have to walk,
if you have any movement, because even with the veto a few weeks back that he didn't win, that Daniel C won, Ty came in second and he guessed.
Yeah,
he spent all that time because he couldn't. This man
looking
would have
looking
for a key. So imagine if he had found a key and found those weight approximates, he would have won that veto.
Listen, just look how time has changed, because the way I was hollering that he couldn't find that key, the way I was like, hi, in your face, and then I'm like, hi, hope you win.
Literally, we go into every competition like, come on, Ty, win, Ty.
This is the most flip-flop I've ever been in a season I've watched. I ain't gonna even lie.
Literally,
call me Old Navy because I'm a flip-flop.
No, look, in between the toes, flip-flop. On the beach on a hot summer day, flip-flop. Because
call me summertime.
I have never disliked the player so much. Like, I dislike Ty and Zach.
Yes.
And did a complete 180.
Yes.
On how I feel about this player. And I mentioned this because some people on Twitter like, how could you be doing this? He's misogynist, he this and that. I said, I ain't forgot what Ty has said or done.
Yes.
But when I think of the game specifically, he was willing to take Kuzie to the end. He was working with Queen Kuzie. That's who she rooting for. So that's who I'm rooting for. Okay. Period.
At the end of the day, I'm looking at the game. Okay. Personal side, would he be my personal vote? Hell no. No, that's not what it is. But I'm looking at how this person is playing and played the game, and
Yes.
he's doing a good job.
And I'm gonna come back to we're gonna put a pin real quick about how he's playing all these different things. So he wins the veto, and he immediately goes to Claudia's like, "Are you gonna use it?" He's like, "Yes." He was like,
He
"I'm
was
gonna
looking
use it."
like, bruh, we already talked about this. Yes.
He said, "I'm gonna use it." So what he said, "What you gonna do for the replacement? What you thinking?" She's like, "Are you really gonna use it? Are you really gonna use it?" He was like, "At this point, Shanaya needs to go. I'm tired." He said, "It's her time. Shanaya needs to go home. So you need to choose which one." And she just couldn't believe it. And here go the girly pop. "Do you know when he's gonna use it or not? And who is he gonna use it on?" She's like, "I don't know."
That's the part in the daily that we missed. So in the daily, I wanted to come back when you said this. When they was having a conversation about who he would put up for veto. I mean, if the veto got used, he had the conversation. He's like, man, if whoever it does, Shanaya is going up. She thought that was what's going to happen if he won veto. I mean, if he won the HOH, she did not know that if she won the HOH, that he would still pull this. That was the reason for the really? Wait, but I'm the HOH, so things should change now. Ty was like, nope.
No.
It's so stupid. Why would you not put Ty on the block if you don't want him to have full control? Anika has done nothing. Take Anika off the block.
But I ain't mad at it.
She's not gonna win it. Oh, I'm so happy Claudia did this.
But like
you had her palms to the sky. Why would you do this to me? You did it to yourself.
Did it to yourself. But also it just goes back. They didn't repair something because she's talking game with him and strategizing with him. So it shouldn't have been. She should know Ty by now. If you don't know him by now, you will never ever know him at
you
all.
Didn't change that song. You will never ever know.
Because at this point, when has Ty ever shown you that he's going to follow what anybody else wants to do but himself?
Right.
When is Ty ever looking out for anybody? Well, he did try to look out for Kuzie when he could, because he did like, Kuzie, you shouldn't have said
that was to benefit himself.
It was to benefit himself. So they're having a pet in there, and she's like, "I don't choose between you two." And shit was like, "Well, I feel like you deserve to be here more than me, Renee."
And I would have said, "I do."
Renee shut her mouth. She said, "All right,
right."
I know. Say that right back.
Renee was like, "Oh,
thank you."
Somebody tell me that, I would have been like,
"Okay,
you're right. You know what? You're so right."
I would have been like, "That's sweet." Hey, you heard that, right?
Right. Looking at Claudia like,
listen, you heard that.
You heard it. And I honestly did not think she was going to put Shanaya up. I thought she was going to put Renee up.
100% thought Renee was going
up. I would have been okay with as well, because you took out Kuzie, now you're behind us following her, and she told you. So you should have listened. But he goes in, and everybody assumed, me at first too, assumed Ty would use the vetoes to save Daniel, because Daniel did this for him. And I know Daniel's probably, he was sitting up perked up because he thought
he knew he was getting veto used on him. He had it on his neck, baby. It was already heavy. Oh, it's on there. Oh.
Ty puts the veto around Anika's neck.
That Kiki Palmer me.
Just like that.
Baby, talk about jaw dropped. I said, what? Anika? What?
Yes. And Daniel, he was just distraught.
So he was furious.
He could not believe
Confused.
it. And that's what he did. He did all that, like we tweeted from the account. He did all that
kissing
stuff.
His ass, all that
just to not get the veto used on him in return. But here's my theory. Let me pull up I took some notes just in case I forgot, because I almost forgot. I believe, y'all can talk to me, Ty took down Anika because he knew he couldn't trust Daniel, because in the dailies it was released that, Kuzie told, had a conversation with Daniel. I mean, with Ty, she told him about the crown, all the stuff like that. And he said, F Daniel. Pretty much what he said.
He did.
And so he took Anika down because Daniel could not be trusted to vote Anika out, because Anika needs Daniel. Daniel does not need Anika. And it would have been easy for Daniel to go with the other girly pop and vote out Anika.
That part.
Oh my God.
Would have been a pointless move. So he knew by keeping Anika, she was going to keep Daniel because she needs Daniel.
Yeah.
And so he secured the vote with getting Shanaya out by taking Anika down.
Right.
That's what I saw.
Ty is trying to be the best Ty. It's crazy.
Ooh, Ty, come on, strategy.
Because we know Daniel would have flipped in a heartbeat. He would have voted Anika out.
Anika would have been gone.
Anika ain't done nothing. Yeah, you gone.
And that would have been funny for her too, because you trusted this man, did
That's
all
what you
this
get.
scheming. Honestly, it really didn't matter who went home. Everybody, it would have been Kuzie's karma, regardless of who would have went home, because she
Listen,
tried
anybody
to tell
could,
these
anybody
people.
pop, anybody can get pop. You know what I'm saying?
She tried to tell them, and nobody wanted to listen. She tried to tell the girly pops, Daniel and Nika gonna always have each other. You can't trust them. If they betray me, what you think they gonna do to you?
Right.
And it's just like, y'all just didn't listen. Nobody wanted to listen. And so Daniel tried, he wanted to get rid of them. She was like, you can't trust them girly pop. They're gonna, okay, you choosing them over me? Bet and see what happens to you. Got put on the block, in danger, didn't get the veto used on you. So Claudia ends up replacing Anika with Shanaya.
He says, I ain't never seen a block. You about to see it tonight. So after that, everybody has officially seen a block in the house.
Yes. And so I was happy because it's like, Shanaya is on the block. Hey, Shanaya is going home. Hey,
Yeah.
After 3 weeks of having Kuzie's name in her mouth constantly, after derailing Kuzie's plan to stay in his house with the other girly pops, Shanaya was voted out by a vote of 2 to 1.
Hallelujah is the highest praise.
Hallelujah. Out the door. And let me tell you what, Ty voted her out with a smile on his face.
Oh my God.
Priceless.
He said, I vote to evict Shanaya.
Shanaya with the phone.
Everybody
with the
Shanaya. Ty said, yeah, I already know why I'm here.
Exactly. Shanaya, he said Shanaya with the phone with the little Shanaya. Happily.
That was
voted her
hilarious.
out. And that was it. She followed Kuzie out the door as she deserved. That's what you get.
Didn't even have a backpack. Whoop. You ain't got no clean drawers. You ain't got no clean drawers. They sent her packed out the door with no drawers on.
Oh man,
no, she might
it
have
was
got
beautiful,
on, but she ain't got no clean drawers.
It was beautiful. So she's gone. We're down to the final 5. Let's talk about these people gameplay, y'all. What is going on in this house? Like, where are we at? What do y'all think is happening?
Are we
Ty's game to lose now?
I was about to say, are we at a spot where Ty is right in the middle? I see. I'm not sure how tight the 2s are, but in my mind, it's 2 2s and Ty. And so, are they gonna work together to get Ty out, or are they gonna try to fight for Ty to use him as a weapon?
At this,
go ahead. I really think that Ty is going, because Claudia and Renee obviously are gonna go like this, especially since they save each other. So I think it's gonna be like this. And Claudia is right up on the top, like that. So I do think it's gonna be Claudia, Renee, and Ty against Daniel and Anika, which is gonna be so sweet because Daniel and Anika just knew the GPs were gonna have their back later on in the game.
Wrong.
But now you done messed up, and now you gotta reap your consequences. Hallelujah.
And I think if Daniel was to win HOH, which I could totally see him winning his final 5 HOH somehow, he's going to put up Claudia and Renee because Renee just voted him out and Claudia just put him up. So I don't even think Ty is going to be
backdoor, I think. Yeah.
But it's not even backdoor at this point.
I think they still try to get Ty out.
I think they would
try. Ty's still going to go up?
If Ty
at this point, it don't even matter. But
if Ty doesn't want to veto, he's gone. Because they aren't going to want to take him to 3.
I wouldn't have put him on the block just so he wouldn't have to say that. I've been on the block so and so time. Nah, I ain't gonna do it. If you don't want to be on the block, win a veto.
Yep.
So I think they would be so.
Yeah, and then to have Anika up on his HOH. Yeah, I would hope not to go up.
So hopefully there's a veto with this Wendy's thing, so Ty can just be safe regardless, because he would deserve it at this point.
If you had the most winning points, you'd HOH. Bet.
I don't know if I want him to win this HOH.
I don't care. Season over. Kuzie gone. I don't care. No more. As a matter of fact, just do the finale Thursday. Just speed it up. Speed it up.
I'm scared.
And Anika win. I need to win the draft.
Please. That's like
Ty and Daniel are in my draft.
Wow.
So
you really had all 3 of them?
Yep. So technically you did 4. So I had
a winner pick 3 and then a winner pick.
Yes. my winner pick was Kuzie. Then I had all together I had Ty, Daniel, Shanaya,
Shanaya, yeah.
and Ty.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So Ty and Daniel are my last two left.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're just at this point. So if he wins Final Five, he won't be able to compete in Final Four. But Final Four is all about the veto, anyways.
And we know King Veto.
But do he know his days? Because that's what it's gonna come down to.
No, he don't. He don't.
But do we know that? Because we don't see anybody.
I feel like Ty went to such a low point after Zach left. He probably was like, I don't care about the days. You give him like a day between like 14 and 28.
He may know. He probably studying his ass off now.
True.
True.
I mean, he don't really talk to them in the house. He's just gonna be up under Claudia. When Claudia dip, he might be studying.
So I wanted to talk about his social game potentially, because the man essentially he was just by himself this entire game since week 3. And he's kind of just stayed under the radar. He wasn't getting into no arguments with nobody. He was just kind of just floating through after his HOA. He really hasn't been on a lot of screen time outside of having to play vetoes and winning them. And so I want to know what his so it brought up too that him and Renee, they're like best friends or something. It was a clip when they were like, all right, I don't know if I saw it was one of the dailies or something, but they were like, where did this relationship come from between him and Renee?
You're missing so much.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be real. Especially what we've seen, Ty is definitely misogynistic, but I don't think he's as misogynistic as, they're painting him to be. Because we're seeing quite a bit of personality come out of him that's not, who we think he is. But that goes without saying that I think that I just lost my train of thought. I forgot what I was about to say, but
it's okay.
When was the last time Ty could have gone up? Or I guess go ahead, Treese. Go ahead. I'll look into that.
What I was gonna say is everybody's thing that I'm seeing on social media against Ty is that Ty tried to quit and that they don't think he deserves to win because of that. I don't know what y'all saw. I don't know what y'all saw.
We talked about this last week.
Ty did not quit. Zach tried to quit and said, "Hey, yo, Ty, come with me." Ty went in there and said,
he looked around like he never seen the diary room.
I don't know if y'all been hanging around black people. But black people body language.
Ty was never quitting.
Ty was never quitting.
I think Ty went down there, like we mentioned last week, because Zach was his closest friend in the house, and he wanted to appear
that was his boy.
Still had his back, But Ty was never that whole.
I don't think he was ever quitting.
This is the blackest move that you can do when you don't want to go somewhere or do something. Oh, let me check something so real quick.
Let me go.
What did Ty say?
Let me go to the bathroom real quick.
He said, "Let me go read my letter one more time."
That was his exit because he was not coming back.
He did not go back down there.
Yep.
So, and it's crazy. The last time Ty could have went up, you could say week 3, which was Kuzie's HOH, but they didn't have an eviction because Zach and Vanessa walked that week.
Oh, that's right.
So it would have been week 2 when Dan S was HOH and got out Rob.
Yeah,
like that was the last time Ty could have went.
I forgot all about Rob.
Even week 1, Ty won POV. So week 2 was the only week that he could have left, which low-key sucks because it's like sometimes you love the strategist. Like I think we all would have preferred Kuzie to win over Ty.
Yeah, right.
It is a trip to think about. He could not have left since week 2
because vetoes being used on him or him winning them himself or being an HOH, which is crazy to think about. 5 weeks ago was the last time he could have went home.
Didn't you say, what did you say? He's tied up with quite a few people for
his record. Ty is now wins, right? Tied with the most consecutive veto wins, which is 3. So if he wins this one, he will break the all-time record between US, because this record is with US and Canada.
Okay. So if he win one more veto, if he win the next veto,
almost count the what is it, the murder week or whatever.
Yeah, if that was a veto,
that comp,
but it wasn't a veto specifically. Yeah,
they should have counted, but yes.
So he joins James Zinke from season 9. He joins Shane from season 14. Frank also from season 14, which is kind of crazy that they both did that in the same season. 3 consecutive veto wins. Shane won the first 3 weeks. and then Frank
went on his
winning streak.
Roll.
Yeah, and then there's an Ashley girl from BBCAN. I don't know her very well.
Oh, Ashley BBCAN3 blonde girl.
Yes, she did it. Kevin Martin did it. Kayla from BBCAN did it. Furniture
Kalia.
Casey. Oh, Kalia, that's her name. Kalia.
No,
she did.
It's Kayla, but I like Kalia better.
I was about to say, I think it's Kayla.
I just be saying stuff.
Nah, I'm not well versed in BBCAN, but I could have sworn it was Kayla. Furniture Casey did it, and then Rohan did it.
Furniture Casey.
And then Michael from BB24 did it, and now Ty has tied and joined.
Now we got a little
ranks.
color on the block.
That's somebody mentioned too. He's the first Black person to do it.
Come on now. I know they mad.
If he wins this final 5 veto, he will break the record, which I know people would hate it. But
I hope he do just to say it.
And I think Ty said, "I have the most competition wins in the house combined."
Baby, the not so subtle shade.
Because
but he do
4 vetoes, 1
vetoes and HOH.
And HOH.
And if you count that safety, that counts too to me. That's a comp.
Oh yeah,
that's
so
a
he's won 6 comps essentially.
Yep.
So yeah,
it's Michael bag.
That's what I'm saying. Like people understand, like he's playing the game in some way, shape, or form. Although people winning now is not a good way to win. But if you win, if that's what you got to do, that's just what you got to do.
It's in the title though, Eric. Winning out is not a good way to win, but I'm winning.
It's not my fault. You can't take me out.
Crazy.
People just say stuff just because they don't like a person.
1 week where you could have went home. I'm gonna say 2 because I guess I won't count the week Zach walked. But 2 out of the gosh dang 7 weeks were the only time you could have went home.
Crazy because you won veto 4 of those.
That's wild. That's crazy.
And you were HOH one of those. That's insane. And you got to kudos. People always attribute people that got to win out due to their social game. I think that's early in the game because it gets to a point when you know somebody needs to go home. But if you can't get them out because they're winning stuff, that's just you just can't get them out. And I just don't think if you have a target on your back like Ty or like a Michael, in that sense, is like you have no choice but to win.
Keep winning.
No matter what type of social game you have, they know that they got to get you out because they know they can't beat you. So you can't use that. Oh, it's just because you don't have no good social game that they keep coming for you. I don't think there's anything Ty could say that will keep people from coming for him at this point.
What? I really honestly think that, of course, it's textbook. It's a game. If you win a comp and you keep winning comps, you're going to progress forward in the game.
Ask Janelle, season 7.
Having a social game, it's definitely more impressive to me. Specifically, in my opinion, it's more impressive to win Big Brother with a social game. Yes. But in the back of my mind, that doesn't still mean Ty has been faced with adversity every week almost, and he has overcome it. And like Eric said a little while back, he really is what's the word?
The underdog.
He's the underdog. Whether you like him or not, he is the underdog.
He's been alone since week 3.
He really has. And it's just in my nature to root for an underdog, even though personally I could absolutely care less for this man. But he had my girl back when we needed it. He can win. I'm just leave it at that. He's my winner pick right now. He's my winner pick.
He's 2 vetoes away from winning the game, honestly, or at least getting to the finale at least.
Yep.
So
if he hit those final 2 chairs, he's winning. I'm gonna call that right now. I think he's snatching it, but no matter who he's sitting next to.
Absolutely.
Now it was Kuzie's game to lose. Now I think it's Ty's game to lose.
Yep. But I will say, and we're closing, unless y'all have other thoughts. I don't know we're gonna have much to say. I should have known we were gonna have a lot to say, because this was a really important week. But I will give the ladies their props for running this season. The women ran this season from front.
They came in the 4th quarter. You hear me? In the 4th quarter.
And they really did keep their alliance. This is the first time a girls' alliance was formed at the very beginning, and they stuck it out till they literally just had no choice but to, take out.
You know what? That is true.
And so shout out to them. We didn't care for them, but we got to give them kudos for that. So
yeah, BBCAN continuing to cook.
Yes,
like
even without
not having no feeds, which is a huge
US do not get no ideas. Don't.
And I think Go ahead. You're gonna say something, Eli? Go.
Oh no, I was just gonna say like the BBCAN continues to cook. Like this has been such a good season, and
It has, and it's so wild. But like people complain about the fees, and we're complaining about the fees. I hate the darn fees. But for me, it's like I didn't start off watching with feeds, so for me, it was almost just like watching another season. I went 10 years without watching feeds, So an edited version of the show is not something I'm unaccustomed to.
Casual.
And so, yes, I was a casual.
Casual
freaking
gang.
I'm about to move you backstage, Eric.
But ever since I got, the feeds,
the real tea.
Exactly. And so it's hard to watch knowing that I'm missing things, but I'm glad the cast was able to deliver despite not having those feeds.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we're looking at a really iconic season. It's just gonna suck.
And we're 2 months away from BBUS. Hopefully they could cook just as much.
They would cook if they just cast us, but they,
Listen,
Jesse, if you're listening,
there's still time.
But we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see what this week has in store for us.
Listeners, viewers, I don't know who's going to win this. It really, this HOH will be interesting.
Yeah,
to see who won for sure. I think they're due for another endurance comp, and we know who's going to win that. So
that'll be between Ty and Claudia, honestly.
Depending on what it is. Claudia, but Claudia can't play.
You can't play.
Was just
that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, and Renee, her ass too big to be hanging on some. She long.
Ty versus Anika.
It really depending on. It really is gonna be between Ty and Anika. And right. Anika, she in her Renee bag right now.
Something, I'll give her props.
All you gotta do is promise her she gonna be safe, and she don't care.
And she okay. Are you? Is this true, Ty? Okay.
I'm not gonna be the target. Yeah. Because she was cool sitting on the block. I ain't never seen somebody so calm being on the block. I don't care.
It's okay.
I've seen people be on the block with threats and don't go home. So
right.
You being that comfortable, nah, bruh.
Mm-hmm.
Nah. So yes, listeners and viewers, thank you for joining us for another recap of week 7 for BBCAN, which again, it started off as a really sad episode.
Went to a funeral to a celebration. You hear me?
Hey, that's just how quickly the tables turn in the Big Brother game. And another fun fact, I know you guys know, but the veto has been used every single week this season. Is that not?
That's the first ever.
Brilliant.
I don't think that's ever happened in the U.S.
I mean, what didn't that happen during Canada 10 where it's like it didn't go the whole season, but like it was like veto was used after. I could be lying
for like the first 5 or 6 weeks. It was.
Yeah, that was crazy. Oh, the veto getting used in the first week is crazy to me. Yeah, like, you don't know this. You really about to use it?
But I think that's why we're at the final 5 in the veto, and that's what we love to see. Use that veto. I mean, clearly, if you don't have to use it, but it just lets you know that like these people they playing the game. So this cast, we got to give it to most of them. And so, the listeners, viewers, we're not gonna hold your time. You hear me over getting ready to yawn. Please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at A Who All Gonna Be There podcast, and also on social media at A Who All There on Twitter, and follow our personal ones that we have listed here for those that can see us. And we appreciate all of the support, specifically Albania. Right now, we're gonna give y'all a huge shout out because we see y'all over there listening heavy over there, Albania. Okay?
Look at my man. I said, where the hell Albania?
Yeah, if you listen,
shout out the Albanians.
Yes. They are really out here supporting. I seen the analytics, okay? And Thailand was holding us down too. We was in Canada a little bit. Canada, y'all lacking. US, y'all definitely lacking. So we need y'all to get it together. Pick it up. People halfway across the world.
Pick it up.
Picking it up for us. But we appreciate all our listeners and viewers.
Yes, and every single one of y'all.
We can't wait to come back with an episode to see what's going down next week, to find out who HOH, who wins the veto, and who going to the final 4.
Right. Bye, y'all.
Until next time.
Adios.
We out.